Alright, good morning YouTube. Welcome back all my friends out there. I'm Dylan, you're watching Prehistoric Companions. Today is Earth Day, April 20th. I'm at the Alameda Park Zoo in Alamogordo, New Mexico. Got my girl Cleo kind of basking a little bit in the sun before things get rocking and rolling here. Just about 9 a.m. and it should be a really good crowd today. There's lots of vendors at the zoo. I'm here at the Education Center with all my prehistoric companions, not all of them, but have a good diversity. Got lots of different ball pythons. I like to share off all the different color variety, the morphs, talk about all that stuff. I got Wiz, my Dumerals boa, the bearded dragons, blood python, corn snake, so a little sprinkle of everything, and they got some really cool stuff here in the Education Center as well. Some stuff that I really hope to have in my collection someday. We're out here, they just got like peacocks going everywhere. These are such beautiful birds, and I love their vocalities. The calls that they make are quite interesting. The zoo here has been making some real serious improvements. They've been getting like really nice fencing, increasing the size of the habitats. A lot of modifications being done. This zoo here, the Alameda Park Zoo, is like one of the oldest zoos in New Mexico. Well, the oldest zoo, I think. I think it established like sometime in the 1800s. It's been around a while, and I remember coming here quite often as a kid. I always enjoyed it. I loved seeing the kangaroos, and I really especially love the Education Center. This room is usually closed because they just don't have enough volunteers to keep it open and invite people in, but now that I got my program here, we'll keep it open a little bit more and check some cool stuff out more regularly. Got my QR code here so people can be directed to the channel quick and easy. And this is the education room. Got a couple chairs set up. Got my booth and banner, all that stuff set up. More QR codes, hand sanitizer, donation jar, all that jazz. Dumerals boa here. Good sized red tegu here. Looks like she's just waking up from her slumber. Glossy snake. Looks like this thing is coming out saying hello. Green tree python. Got a ball python somewhere in this habitat. Good size enclosure. Lots of clutter. It's what they like. They got some fish tanks in here. Big old gopher snake. Pretty patterns. Look at that thing. Quite long. This thing is probably like pushing 5 feet. We got in here some tigers, salamanders. Looks like one's hiding right there. Kangaroo rat somewhere hiding. Super popular crested geckos. Really cool habitat. Lots of foliage. These are what I really hope to incorporate in my enclosure. I love the frillies. Quite a large one. I believe this one's an Australian. Oh, this Australian sees Cleo. It's like, who in the world is this? Durin milk snake, hiding under the bowl. Got a really big bearded dragon here. This is Dundee, and this is probably one of the biggest bearded dragons I've ever seen. And we're back from the Earth Day event. That was a huge success. I did so much talking. Guarantee probably talked to at least well over 200 people. Lots of happy kids, lots of happy people. Changed some perceptions that people had about these scary snakes. Now I'm just at home, been really busy actually this weekend, trying to catch up with all my emails from work. Changed all the substrate, gave all my ball pythons fresh bedding. Probably took me a solid at least 2.5, almost 3 hours just to clean 10 tubs. Granted, I did have to go to the store and get some more paper towels. I use a ton of paper towels taking care of all these reptiles. And I even recently acquired this little monkey here. This is Pumpkin, and she is a little guinea pig. One of the teachers at the middle school that I work at, science teacher that isn't there currently, had 2 guinea pigs in his classroom. This is Pumpkin, one of the 2 that I had recently acquired. Super sweet little creatures. I've grown to, I'm not really much of a mammal person, but I have grown to just absolutely adore these little guys. They're very vocal, as you could hear all the squeaking. You hear them make some very unusual vocalities between high-pitched squeaking and like rumbling. Very just entertaining to watch and interact with. They're quite socialized. All my students at school will handle them on a daily basis, and on Tuesdays there's even an animals after school program that kids come to after school for an hour. They'll clean out all the animal enclosures. My mentor at the school I'm at now has probably like 5 or 6 guinea pigs, has a hedgehog, has a rabbit, has a hamster. So yeah, the kids will just come after school, help take care of them, clean them, give them new bedding, socialize the animals. So then of course I do all the reptile stuff. So after the kids are done cleaning the enclosures, socializing the mammals, then we'll get to hold some snakes and do some of those sort of interactions. So I even got some really big news, you guys. There's been a test that I've had to take, an exam I should say, for my master's program that I'm enrolled in. I am getting a master's in K through 8 elementary education, and one of the requirements to be fully licensed here in New Mexico is I have to pass a praxis exam. I used to have to take 3 exams about teacher pedagogy, principles of teaching. The one I just passed is teaching elementary reading, the 5205 exam for those teachers out there who have to take that one in New Mexico. I've been dreading it for like the last month because it's literally taken a month just to get the results back, and it's okay. I have been anxiously anticipating my results. It's literally taken a month to get the scores back, and what a sigh of relief. Friday I found out and I passed. So out of 200 possible points, I got a 167, so not too bad, pretty good. So that's a huge weight taken off of my shoulder. I feel like I'm just that much more closer to accomplishing my goals, and I'm feeling a little more solidified and better about my position. So as I transition to Las Cruces, I think I'm just going to bite the bullet, go and buy a nice house, and finally get the transition going and really amp up Prehistoric companions. Pumpkin's saying, "Let me go, I want to run around." Now this one's Latte. She's a lot more fatter and fluffier. I actually really quite adore this one. Got a huge personality, comes right up to the enclosure, wants to socialize. Of course, every time you crinkle a bag, they start doing this high-pitched squealing. They associate that sound with treats. And it's nice, too, in the classroom, because when they hear that crinkling bag noise, they'll squeak, 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 and that's usually, if I hear that in the middle of class, they hear, like, maybe a kid's open up a bag of chips or trying to eat something in class, and they'll start squeaking and be like, "All right, who's eating in class?" And just look how stinking cute. They're so adorable. I did not think that I would like guinea pigs this much. Once I get all situated over in Las Cruces, who knows, I might even start up my own guinea pig breeding operation. Of course, an important thing when you're starting an animal business and looking to get into breeding is you want to check the market, see like how many breeders, whatever animal it is that you're working with, how many other breeders are there in your area. Use that kind of information to determine if that's something you want to get into, because if you start breeding a certain animal and there's other breeders in that area that are also doing it, who knows, that's competition, and you might have some difficulty selling your animals if there's too much breeders of a given species. So anyways, had a really good time this weekend. I'm going to be getting a new schedule put together at the Alameda Park Zoo in Alamogordo, do a reptile show there at least once a month in the Education Center. So if you are local to the Alamogordo, Las Cruces area, do keep an eye on the Alameda Park Zoo Facebook page for advertisements of my show. Come see me. It's always a cool opportunity to see all my past students. I've seen a lot of my students just yesterday at the Earth Day event. Really good to see those guys. Happy to hear about all the things that they're doing in school, that things are going okay. Some of them were a little stressed from exams. It's about that time of the year where kids are taking state testing, and just, share some of my experience, because I understand the test anxiety having to take my praxis exam too. But you do your best, you show up to class every day, you put your best foot forward, you engage in whatever activities teacher has set forth for you, and chances are everything's going to turn out okay. Believe me, I did not like school growing up. It was not my favorite. I hated reading. I did not like math. At some point, I just become a lifelong learner. I do enjoy learning new things, and I'm a huge doubter of myself. I did not think that I would be this far. I'm at this point the most educated one in my family, almost with a master's degree here. Believe me, anyone out there who doesn't believe in themselves, if I can do it, you can probably do it too. Just give yourself some credit, give yourself a pat on the back, everything's gonna be okay. If you want something badly enough in life, it'll certainly happen. I'll go ahead and put this little piggy down. We'll check out some of the other animals here in the room before I let you guys get going. Recently acquired 2 Sierra Leone king snakes. These guys are real teeny tiny, but they're doing good. They're slamming down food. I believe this one here is a male, and I have a female that is more of a gray wash color with some dark banding. My Sumatran short-tailed python is currently under his water dish. I gotta fix all this. Linguini's enclosure's coming along nicely. Got some good plant growth in here. Recently just planted some spider plants, but she's out here basking. Always a pleasure to see this animal out and about. Got Chip here, one of the ball pythons that was rehomed to me more recently this past year. Chilling out, recently gave her a chicken. She loved that. She just devours food. All the ball pythons, new bedding, fresh water, good to go. Danger Noodle is always hanging out by the tub here. This guy hasn't eaten in several months and finally today took a meal. Got Charlie here. She was expecting a meal today, but she fed last week and she's on a bi-weekly feeding schedule. This ball python was rehomed to me about 2.5 or so years ago too. My vice principal had given me this animal. Her son had it and they claimed that it only ate live rats, but ever since I've acquired Charlie here, has always taken frozen thawed, have had no issues whatsoever. It's definitely not impossible to get them switched over to frozen thawed. Not knocking anybody who feeds live, but for one, it's more convenient. You order a bunch of rats, throw them in your freezer, you have plenty on hold, don't have to keep running to the pet store to get live rats. There's no suffering involved, and I never have to worry about if I feed live and, say I feed at night and then I go to bed overnight, throw a rat in there. I don't have to worry about waking up in the morning to the rat have possibly eaten my snake. Hula, my bamboo ball python, she's still trying to get up to weight. I really want to work with this animal and breed her. I should do some research and see what other genes do or mix well with bamboo. She hasn't eaten in several months and she finally took a meal today too. Caviar, albino pied royal python. This guy's newer to my collection. Super excited to work with him. He's got a girlfriend that's very young, so I won't be able to create more albino pieds unless I buy a adult female or an animal that's het albino het pied. Once I get moved over to Crucis, I am most certainly going to start inquiring investment animals and not just limit myself to ball pythons, but hopefully even fill some other niches, because I don't think there's enough people working with, say, blood pythons, Sumatran short-tailed pythons, children's pythons, carpet pythons. I think there's some really cool animals that I would really like to work with. So yeah, everyone's doing pretty good. Just spent the weekend kind of, again, checking up on my emails, doing a little bit of work, taking care of animals. Had an awesome day, awesome experience at the Alameda Park Zoo Earth Day, April 20th. So that's the basic rundown, what's been kind of happening, get you guys caught up a little bit. Don't know when I'll post my next video. Life is really crazy right now. But once I get transitioned over to Las Cruces, hopefully I'll find a nice balance, post more regularly, maybe even start going live for 30 minutes every Saturday. If you guys want to hop on, ask some questions, talk reptiles, talk animals, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. If you'd be interested in talking with me for about 30 minutes on Saturdays. Be kind to your guys' selves. Life is hard, but believe me, if you believe in yourself and you want something bad enough, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Sounds cheesy, but it's true. Have an awesome week. Take care of you guys yourselves, and me and my prehistoric companions hope to see you in the next video.